Alright guys, welcome back to the channel once again, and in this video we're going to talk about MCP. So MCP stands for Model Context Protocol, and it's used for like communicating, like the LLM can communicate with your MCP server, like access the tools and then do some stuff whatever you want LLM to perform. Okay, so in this, like, this is not a kind of like scientific or something training or something is going on over here. It's a very simple, the way you write your application, the same way you write MCP server, and that LLM can just access the tools inside your MCP and then perform the task whatever you have like explained into the MCP tools. Okay, so let's suppose like you want to send a message through the LLM, or you want to do something else, like you have like query the data from the database, or you want to perform any like editing kind of stuff. Like there are many things like in the real world examples, or you want to do that, so you want to perform those tasks by the LLM. There's a application, and then application have a multiple features over there, so all those features you can put it into the MCP tools, and then you want to ask like the LLM, like a Claude Desktop or the OpenAI codec, so you can just go there and ask that, can you do something for this using this MCP server, and then LLM will find out that tools, relevant tools according to the description you were writing over there. It can just perform the task for you. So you have to write the description in each and every MCP tool so that LLM can understand which one has to be accessed over here, and you have to also add the prompts, resources, everything into the MCP server so that LLM can understand and then can do the execution according to that. So MCP is nothing but it's like a prompt, resources, and the tools. So the prompts are like for the explaining how the prompting should be, and then LLM can just prompt like that, and the resources for like training the LLM, like what MCP server is all about and how you want to guide the LLM about the MCP server so that it can make an action and choose the right tool for that like query you are like prompt you are writing, and according to that it can just analyze and then make the execution for the tools. So this is all about. So I'm gonna be just walking you through basic idea and basic example into this video, and then in the next video we're gonna be like looking over like some advanced stuffs and all those things. So I'm gonna be just taking you to the documentation, explaining you all those things, and I'm just gonna be running a simple MCP tool and trying to connect it with the Claude, and then I show you. It's kind of that like there are two ways to connect the MCP server to your like desktop, whether you can just do external connector so that you can just get the server URL, and if you have auth credentials, so you can just paste the URL and then it will take you to the auth screen and then make you connected, or sometimes they can just have it internal connection, so if you click connect and it will be just added if there is no authentication needed. Other than that, like you can just have a JSON schema, like JSON MCP JSON config, and then you just have to go into the Cloud config and paste it over there, and after that you can just access all the tool inside the MCP server. So all those things. So I'm gonna be show you both the ways, and then after that we can just conclude this video. So let's go my screen and I will just explain you about this, and after that we're gonna be looking at the examples. Alright guys, so this is the main documentation of MCP over here, and you can see the architecture of that, how does it work, and it's like it shows chat interface, IDE, or other AI application, like you have a Cursor AI, VS Code, or you have a Claude Desktop, or like OpenAI Desktop or something like that, and then you can access, you can connect the MCP tools into that one. So in the VS Code Cursor we already know, like we can just go to setting.json and the MCP like MCP config file, and then we can just paste the MCP config over there, and then it will work. You can see all the tools connected over there, and after that tools you can just access the tools, like turn on and turn off, and after that you can just chat into your like AI chatbot, and then it will start accessing MCP tools. Other than that, like you have Claude Desktop. So let's suppose that this is my Claude Desktop, and if you want to connect locally, let's suppose you have a local server running, so you can just go to edit config, and you're gonna see this file over here, Claude Desktop config.json. so you're gonna open it. Inside that you can just paste the MCP config. Like let me just show you. So if I open with the Visual Studio Code, and then you're gonna see that file is open, so you're gonna see the file like this, and after that like I have one tool already added over here, so and then you can just add the same tool, like put comma, and then you can add the same tool right below it, so it's gonna be added over there. Okay, so it will be authenticated, so it will just work. Otherwise you have to debug like why it's not working and all those things. Okay, so let me just close this, and then after that you can just add the tool. Then you come to the connectors. So you connectors over here, you're gonna see all the tools listed. Otherwise, so it's like MCP tools you see over here. So you see there are two tools, get alerts, get forecast, and then you can just enable it. Right now I have blocked both, like disabled it because I don't need it. I was just building it for fun, so that's why. Otherwise you can just add a custom connector, so you can just click on this custom connector and you can connect with it. It's like that. So you can browse also connectors, like the many companies have already built their own MCP, like a Gmail, Google Drive, Slack, or other different companies have already built with the Claude. So they have like get approval and all those things listed their applications. same like App Store or something. So they list their application over here. If you know about the Zapier and Shopify store, like company build their own application and list over there, so that you can go and then you can just click on then connect and you can just install that application into your store. So similar to that over here, you can just click on connect and it will just do authentication and make it connected. And after that, like whatever you ask, it will just directly connect with MCP and access using your access token, refresh token. It can send an email, it can do like list all the emails and all those things it can do over here for you. So you don't have to go to Gmail to sending an email. You can just prepare an email over here and then shoot the email to which person you want to send it, or something like that. It's very easy. It's kind of all those things you can do directly from the chat prompt. You don't have to go to Gmail or write an email directly over there. So MCP will do it for you over here. So that's what the thing. Now let me take you to the MCP documentation page over here. So it's like that. MCP works as a like you can take it like the middleware between your application, main application, and the LLM. So it's kind of like like in the code base where the backend code we write the middleware kind of like for authentication or running something before your actual code execute into the controller or something like that. So same way MCP works over here. So the MCP is like letting you communicate with the LLM. So let's suppose you have a database application task or something else, so that you will put the prompt into the chat, and then the prompt will like LLM will analyze that prompt and then access the MCP tool and like choose which tool have to be accessed and then how it has to be accessed according to the chain processing, and then it will just access the tool, get the data and analyze the data, like get the response out of it and then analyze the response and show you on the UI over here. So it's like that. So the MCP is just like make a relation between your LLM and your database or data file system or whatever you have. So it's kind of that. So but very great stuff for like communicating with LLM, so you don't have to worry about training and all those processes. You can directly ask LLM to perform a task for it. It's kind of that. So agent can access Google Calendar, Notion, acting more personalized AI assistants, all those things like written over here, which I already explained you. So it's like that. And then over here you can read all the documentation like developers, AI agents, and end users. So we shouldn't waste too much time on like discussing about this. You can read the documentation, you can go through each and every step by step, but what I explained is the same thing you're gonna be like reading over here in the like very described manner or the very large enhanced manner over here. Is kind of that. So very large description and all those things, so everything you can understand properly. It's like in a short form, it's like communication between your LLM and then database or application features. Okay, so there are two things you can do in the build server, build clients is kind of that, and build MCP apps as well. So mostly people are looking for build client and build server. So client is like nothing but it's like where you can access the MCP server, and then client you can build like same like a Claude Desktop or any LLM application where you're gonna write the prompt and the prompt gonna be analyzed. So you're gonna be having a MCP SDK, so that SDK you will put over there so that it will be able to access your tools and then analyze which tools have to be accessed over there and perform the task, just like that. So that's kind of client. And then client is nothing but the UI that you're gonna show to the user so that they can access. And then server is like that, where we're gonna be building tools, making server running like the fast API or something, and then server we're gonna host it so that like people can access your server, authenticate with it and use all the tools. So the way you write the code for accessing everything or performing tasks that to build servers comes into the server. Okay, so we're gonna be looking at the servers like normal servers over here, it defined already like how you can create. So you see over here it shows like if you ask get alert, get forecast, then we'll connect the server MCP host and get Claude for desktop. Okay, what we are building. So it shows over here. So core MCP concept, which I already explained, resource, tools, prompts, a pre-written template that help user accomplish a specific task. Okay, so pre-written templates you can define like what kind of prompt is like people should write so that it will work better with the LLM. Okay, and the tools are the function that the people can perform the task with. Okay, and then file like data can be read by clients, like their like resources you're gonna put it over there so that like LLM can understand, people can see what resources are over there, what things is happening inside, is kind of that. So all those things you can get the contents and then you can understand. So all those things. Okay, so in the Python I'm gonna be showing you in the Python, but there are different languages that you can use for building the MCP. You have TypeScript as well, same like Node.js gonna be, and the Python as well, you can use it over here. So the Python is main best choice, so use it. And then there's some explain. So there are also explain like what kind of MCP server, like for STDIO based server, HTTP based server. So there's a transport system is defined like what you should choose, STDIO based or HTTP, streamline based or SSE. So these three things are like a transport system, so that like you have to define while running the server. So by default like stdio, but if you are deploying the server somewhere like on the cloud, so you have to choose like HTTP, or like if it's a website or like normal SSC, so you have to define over there like it should be SSC. So you have to make it configurable. Okay, so we can discuss more about it like in the upcoming videos, very like in the detail. So it's like what is this transport, standard input output, and all those things. Okay, so if we go down system requirements, so it's like it's written Python 3.10 higher installed. You must have Python MCP SDK 2.0 or higher. So it's like that, it's give you the requirements what you should have. And this is another library called UV. So similar to if I explain you according to the Node.js, so there is a new library called UV which gives you a similar architecture, similar design like Node.js, where you're gonna be having like package.json, where all the library gonna be listed, and then you have a lock.json. Not in the JSON, it's gonna be in the different file type, like it's gonna be toml. So you're gonna see over there where all the libraries gonna be listed like in the lock.json, like all the lock libraries over there. So all those things, and then you can just create your MCP server like this, like uv.init, like the way we would npm init or something like that. And then you can just create go inside that and then create a dot environment. So environment is very important. You have to, like, whenever you create any Python project, so you should have environment. So whenever you install any libraries, that should not be global, it should be only inside the environment. So when you delete that environment, or whenever you like combine that environment, like you do pip requirement.txt, so that like it will bundle that like all the library inside that env. It's like you're not getting extra libraries inside that project. Okay, so all those only required libraries packages would be combined into the requirement.txt, because it makes the code heavy, that's why. So it's like this is the code, basic code for running the MCP server. So it's like MCP server import MCP server. After all this installation, you can just paste this code, and then you just, this is the first tool, get alerts. Another is like get forecast. So all these tools, both the tools, you can paste it, and then you run the MCP server transport stdio. So stdio is standard input output. So it's like you can just use it on local server, and then after that you can just put the config, like inside the config you can go, and then you can paste this code, and then your server will run. LLM will start the server and then access it. It's kind of that. And then you just go back over here in the connectors, and then go and then check and enable it. It's kind of that. Let's try it. Okay, we're gonna be just copy pasting the code, and then let's try it. Let's start from here, because I already have the UV installed, but I'm just gonna be copy this. Okay, I'm just gonna copy this. Let me do it, pause the video, let me do all those things, and I can come back. Alright guys, so as you can see, the connector has been connected, and I will show you everything how I did it. So it's like weather, and then you see this this is on, and if I go over here in the settings, and then if I show you the connector, so you see the weather is connected, and then you see the get alerts, get forecast. And now if I go and ask the question, what is the weather today in San Francisco? Okay, and then it's going to tell us the weather of San Francisco. So we have to also explain. So this is not coming through the MCP, actually it's speaking by itself. So we have to tell use MCP tool to access San Francisco weather. Okay, now let's see. Now it's gonna be accessing the tool, and then it's gonna ask you the question. So you see allow, so always allow, and then it's gonna get the forecast. So you see this is kind of like JSON response. You can change the JSON response as well if you want to show in the better format, but yeah, so this is the response coming from the like MCP directly. Okay, so it doesn't go and check by itself on the internet and then tell you. Okay, but the response would be similar, I think, some way little different, like 57 degree Fahrenheit SW, because it's coming through the API, and this is coming through the internet. Okay, so I tell you how the things working. So I just open this config, let's suppose if you go over here, and then into the settings, developer, and in the developer you just go to edit config, and then you open this file, open with, and then you open this, and then you're going to see this file over here, and after that you can just paste this command. Okay, so I just did the same thing as it is the way it was over here added. Okay, same thing, you have to just assign the folder, but make sure you don't add the script name, you just have to add till the folder, and then rest of the things gonna be as it is. Okay, if you have a local server. And this is the inspector. I wanted to tell you, like when you run a server in the developer developer mode into like your local from here. So let's suppose this is the command I show you. Let me just rerun. Okay, so I just close it and then I rerun it. So this is the command. Go back. Okay, you will run MCP dev and then a script name where your main file is like of your MCP server. So you just run it and it's gonna open the MCP server like MCP inspector for you. So you can access all the tools, connect, and then you can access all the tools over here. 2 tools you have wrote, and then prompt and resources, or if you have written any prompts and resources, and that's it, I think. So I will just end this video right over here, and then we're gonna be seeing more in detail in the next video, and I will explain you more things inside the MCP server. For now, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.